All right, everybody, welcome to week 5, and we have our very first guest with us here. We have last week's best manager who set 100% perfect lineup, Drew, Run It Back Cassidy. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are y'all?
Oh, fantastic. Great to have you here. And as always, we have my beautiful co-host. What's your name?
You can call me James. Or you can call me Mr. 4-0.
Know this. Today is my wife's birthday, and it just so happens to be Clara's birthday, which is the little girl we saw in the video a couple weeks ago, James's daughter. So
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you guys. I would sing or have us sing, but it would sound horrible. So we're just going to forego that. Love you guys. Because of you, we get to goof off and do these sort of things. And obviously, Drew's wife, Miss Sarah, is one of my wife's, one of my wives, my wife's best friends. So, yeah, special opportunity to get to do this with you guys. Very excited for this week. Just want to point out my background. This is one of my favorite matchups of the week, and we'll get to that in a minute, but I just want to show what the projection is. You can't even see what he's projected for, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
So right into this, Chad, I say that every week, and then I always do an introduction. So I don't know. I just need to stop saying that. We're going to finally get into this. Chad versus Mast, or Don Rat, as he's known. Chad has Antonio Gibson, and he's been sitting on him. I think this is the week. I think the quarterback switch from Dwayne Haskins over to, man, what's his name? Who's the quarterback last year for the Panthers? Kyle Allen is going to be a good move. Fingers crossed it's a good move for Terry McLaurin. I need him to be Terry McScorin this week. I think Chad could drop Cole Beasley. I think Rex Burkhead isn't great. He's not sexy. I wouldn't start him. Jimmy Grandpa over there. So I don't know who he could pick up, though, because his opponent, Mass, happens to have 3 tight ends on his team. I think I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of the season, you only start 1 tight end. So don't know what he's doing with like 3 of them. I think Chad, my recommendation, start Michael Gallup, start Mecole Hardman. Maybe you can trade with James. James, you're going to send over Jonnu Smith, George Kittle?
Maybe. Not Kittle.
Okay, well, maybe Jonnu Smith can help you pull out a win this week. Mass is hoping DJ Moore can put up numbers. He's playing Atlanta, which is basically the equivalent of playing like the 3 of us defensively. So I think he has a safe option there. Nervous about Crowder, and he started Nyheim Hines. I think out of principle, if I was Chad, I just would have kept him on my team. You spent $50 on him. Like, why would you ever drop? Like, he's on your team forever, right?
Yeah.
So who do you guys give this win to? I'm curious.
Go for it, Drew.
I'm going to go with the team that's not starting the Falcons defense because I think the Falcons have given up. I know you love Atlanta, JP, but it's going to be a bad year.
Yeah.
I guess I'm picking Chad.
All right. I like that pick. Laviska Shenault could also be a sneaky start this week. What about you? Who are you picking, James?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with Chad as well.
All right. So, hey, 3 votes for Chad. I agree. I think Chad makes this win. I think Chad's going to have a good week this week. All right. Now we're going to move over to James versus Carrie Sticker Girl. Dude, she's just projected to destroy you. You're the underdog, and yet you're sitting 4-0. So what do you have to say to that?
I think Carrie plays fantasy football like a girl. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and go with my prediction of losing streak so that I can get that win again because somehow my reverse jinx is working. So it doesn't matter. She's going to I guess, percentage points me right now, but I think my guys are going to come back and win it or lose it, whichever gives me the best jinx chance to win it. So.
Wish I played fantasy football like a girl because she seems to be doing pretty well. She almost won last week with like 80 points or however many she had.
Right.
James, drop Frank Gore. Pick up Mike Davis. Pick up somebody you could use. I don't know, man. He's not going to do anything. That whole Jets team, it looks terrible. Carrie, I got to give the edge to her, though, dude. I know you think you're going to win. She has TD Lamb. I think he's officially changed his name. And I think Hunter Henry is going to go blow for blow against your George Kittle. And he's a Razorback. So they just had their first SEC win last week in like 1,000-something games. I don't know. I'm a Georgia fan, so we just win all the time. I'm used to it. But I don't know. What do you think, Drew? Or Carrie taking this one?
Yeah, I'm going to go with James looking at Carrie's roster again. You got a bunch of Falcons. Calvin Ridley had the big goose egg last week trying to get over those injuries. And,
man.
You know, they're getting into a softer part of their schedule, but I don't know if the production's going to be there. I think they're both Ridley and Hunter Henry will come in under projections.
Oh, man. Well, I think this will be the narrowest victory. Hey, James, I'm curious. Who's your start-sit coach?
Who's my start-sit coach? Some loser that I don't even want to I hate that guy.
Hey, tell us a little bit about last week. What advice did I give you, and what was the result of that?
Last week, JP gave me a text early Sunday morning. I don't know what he was doing. I thought he should be preparing for a sermon, but I guess he wants to text me about fantasy football. And he told me to go ahead and start, who is it, Marquise Hollywood Brown, instead of, who did I have? Emmanuel Sanders in there. And I went ahead and listened to him. Sanders outscored Brown by only 2 points, but still, I think it kept me from being the best manager by setting the perfect lineup this week, where I told him I should have just trusted my gut. He tried to convince me to start Ben Roethlisberger over Aaron Rodgers a few weeks back as well, and Rodgers still outscored Big Ben. And so don't listen to JP. He's just going to try to blow it for you. He's trying to win too. That's my lesson I learned.
Yeah, it was funny because you were at one point projected to lose by 2 points, and so I think that stressed you out a lot.
I was very stressed that Monday night watching the Packers game against the Falcons and just thinking I might lose by literally 1 point, and I was gonna just block you, ignore you, and delete you from Facebook and everything. So,
hey, I'm a preacher, not a prophet. All right. So that moves into Alex versus Eric. Gobble gobble. All right, both teams are 1-3. Alex has had a rough go at it. I think he's maybe lowest in the league as far as total points is concerned, but he might get Le'Veon Bell this week. He might get Michael Thomas back as well. I think all his wide receivers, bench included, has great. They all have great matchups. David Johnson has a great matchup. Eric's team is really only led by his defense and Dak Prescott. Not a bad combo, but Melvin Gordon should have had a 40-yard touchdown last week. That was a fluke. So here's my prediction for this game. I predict Alex is the score of the week. I think Eric has the stinker of the week, and therefore I project the blowout of the week. So this match, I'm putting all three of those on this one. I that's just what my gut tells me, and obviously my gut is never right. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Alex is gonna take it. Eric, sorry, buddy, but you're just getting killed. You got the most points against you in the whole league, and so I think that trend is actually sorry. Who's got the most? Oh, Zach. Well, we'll talk about him later. But still, second most, it's pretty brutal for you. Unfortunately, I think you're going to lose.
Okay. What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm picking Alex in this one. Provided everybody's healthy and back. I like the lineup. Looking at Eric's team, it's he's starting Damian Harris. I don't think the Patriots, their running back by committee's really working too well. And Ravens, Lamar Jackson's kind of dealing with some injuries, so the defense may be able to build a lot more and not be that juggernaut making those big plays that are getting them all those points this week. So two question marks for me that could come under their projections a little bit and result in that big blowout you're talking about.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson also, I think, was announced today. He got sick or is sick. Yeah, you're right. A few more things going against Eric. Hey, Eric, drop Austin Hooper. Make our league better by dropping him. You never should have drafted him. He should have stayed with the Falcons, but greed got in the way, and as many of us know, greed is a terrible sin. So he's not worth rostering anymore. All right. So yeah, our consensus goes towards Alex. All right, Matt versus Run It Back. All right, Matt is on a scoring rampage. He has the most points for in the whole league. Tom Touchdown Brady, 5 TDs to 5 different receivers last week. He gets his revenge game against Nick Foles, but his receivers are really injured. Also, I was very unaware until I was looking at the matchups. His team is basically the Bucks. So he is really hoping tonight's game goes his way. You can drop MBS. He's not worth it. Drew, let me ask you this.
Yes.
How does it feel to have a top 5 running back with Kareem Hunt taking the place of Nick Chubb?
It's a great feeling. Got with a fellow GM early before the season even started, I believe, and wheeled and dealed and got a great trade done. It's really going to boost my team through this next stretch where he's taking all the snaps.
Yeah, you're going to need that, man. And then, yeah, you have Ronald Jones, Rojo, who should have the backfield all to himself as long as he doesn't drop any more passes. Singletary, too, man, with Zach Moss injured. Dude, I like your players. I like your matchups. Hayden Hurst put you up by half a point last week to give you that win over Zach. I was losing. Chelsea couldn't believe it. Oh, my word. Yeah. So I'm actually – yeah, go ahead.
I said absolutely sweating that game out. I knew it was going to be close, and lost a heartbreaker week 1 to James. Just a couple points there, and it's been just so close. My team, I feel like they're really consistent, but they're not going to, break any records.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. I love that matchup. That was a great one to watch. I say I love it, but I know Zach feels differently about it. Hey, so I'm actually choosing you to get the upset over Matt. I think Matt is a very scary matchup. I couldn't believe I beat him. That was the only week I could have actually beaten him. Every other week, I would have lost to him. But I give you the upset over Matt. I think you can drop Matthew Stafford and pick up somebody else. I mean, he should just be out on the waiver wire or whenever. But yeah. I go Drew. What about you, James? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Drew as well. I like his players a little bit better, but I think we'll find out pretty much after tonight how much I like that pick. We'll see. What's the nice thing about having all your players play on a Thursday night? It can see how the rest of the week turns out for you. But I do think Drew's gonna pull this off.
Yeah. And Drew, you go with yourself as well?
Yep, I'm picking myself. Another consensus. I think Tampa Bay has been on a heater, but they're facing that tough Bears defense, and it's going to bring some of those players back to earth. A little worried about Ezekiel Elliott going up against the Giants. I think he could have a monster game.
But maybe
they're basically.
Maybe it'll be a good Tony game too. So
yeah,
they don't want to get their running back injured. So
yeah, but I feel like my team's projected pretty high this week too, which and that they're consistent, like I said. So we'll see if they can get it done.
Yeah. Kareem Hunt, obviously, in his rookie season, was the #1 running back, and had he not gotten into some off-the-field issues, we would have no question about his talent or his ability as a pass catcher and as a running back. So yeah, good week for you, man. So yeah, good luck. All right, guys, I'm so excited for this matchup. No idea. Oh man, we have Brett versus Zach. We have the champ versus the champ because Brett has won this league twice. I cannot wait. This is more exciting in some ways than real football to me because I know how much these guys hate to lose to each other. They are childhood best friends. Man, Brett, you could trade Alex. You could trade Zach. Get a wide receiver, and I think you got this. Going your way. That being said, though, Zach, you're a blind squirrel, and you're gonna find a nut this week, man. I think Zach gets his first win. Dropped Malik Taylor. Don't even know who that is. I had to look him up. So pick up somebody else. And yeah, I think you get your first win this week against your arch nemesis, Rhett, and you get over that hump, man. Otherwise, this game could break you. What do you guys think?
I'm going to go ahead and just say sorry, Zach, man. I guess got to keep going with my gut. I predicted that you were going to be last place. Then the first week I went ahead and said, no, you'll win, and you lost, and you've been on a losing streak since. And so I think I just need to go with that. I mean, I'm sorry. I hate that for you, but I mean, you're 0-4, dude. I'm going to assume that you're going 0-5. So sorry, buddy. Good luck. I know you're projected to win by a lot, but I think with your luck, you'll probably lose by another half point.
Here's the crazy thing. He is 5th in points.
Yeah.
He is
bad luck.
I don't know, man. 2020, man. It's not his year.
Yeah, it's not his year.
Drew, what do you think?
I'm going to lean towards Rhett. I like Zach's team. I like the matchup, but I think there's too many unknowns. What's going to happen with the Titans, if that game's going to be pushed out or what. I think if they play, that Josh Allen will have a monster game because they've been limited in practice and all that. And so if Josh Allen's a go, I like Zach. But if not, then I'm leaning towards Rhett. So I'm going to play it safe and pick Rhett.
Yeah, speaking of Titans, hey, can I give you Derrick Henry back? I've gotten to use him like this is so dumb.
That was a great trade.
Sorry, it's just yeah.
Well, like, what good is he to me? Like, come on, Titans. Got a running back sitting on my bench. Yeah, everyone thought that like I had like ripped you off, dude. Man, I don't even want to talk about it. You got the better. This is why we don't.
Yeah, so far you never know how it's going to play out. But the wide receiver I traded for, he's got hurt right away too. So same thing.
I don't feel bad for you. I'm sorry, but
no, yeah.
All right, and that brings us to hey, anyway, I just want to cap this off. All right, so you got 2 for Rhett, 1 for Zach. Zach, just remember, I voted for you. So when I do my victory lap, I'm gonna thank you. All right, last is me versus Milkos. This is me playing my oldest brother, my fantasy football teacher and mentor. I feel really good about my season, man. I've had such an easy schedule, and I think it doesn't let up. Milkos started Devontae Adams last week and didn't change him out, didn't have a pivot point. I feel really good, man. I don't care that I'm going up against Mr. Unlimited. I don't care that his team is potentially a good team because they can't stay on the field. So I'm going to feel really, really bad about myself when I lose. But right now I feel really good. So, hey, basically I'm projected for 100% victory. I feel really good about that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, looking at the rosters, I like your team. It's going to be a high-scoring week for you. You might set that scoring record that you talked about earlier. Yeah, JP, 5-0.
I feel like you have such an easy schedule. I've seen your schedule every weekend. I don't know what's going on, but man, I don't know how I'm 5-0, and I don't know how you couldn't be, or 4-0. I don't know how you couldn't be 4-0 because you have a pretty easy schedule, and this game looks pretty easy. Yeah, you're projected to destroy your older brother, which is always a win, I guess, if you're the younger sibling to beat up on your older sibling. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Milkos has much of a chance, but I never think I do either, and I end up winning. So, but I am going to predict you to win. 5-0.
This week, the teacher becomes the master.
That's right. Whoa, those are huge.
Old and busted is what I have. I don't know if I can, as the commissioner, go in and change people's team names, but if I can, that's what I'm going to do for Milkos. Pretty much summarizes his team and him, so it'll be a perfect name, Old and Busted versus the new hotness. That's right. First time in history being 4-0 since I've started playing fantasy football. Don't remind me that a few years ago I was 0-8 because I'm thinking about the present, okay? So, yeah, I'm calling 5-0, and I'm already thinking about my opponent next week, Mr. James. So looking forward to sitting pretty this week, and honestly, I cannot wait for this to blow up in my face and lose. Any final comments, gentlemen?
No, happy birthday, Chelsea. I'm going to go take my kid out for some ice cream or food in a little bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday to you're off. So.
Thank you guys. All right. Thank you guys for joining us this week. Love having you here. Anytime someone wants to join us, there's a lot more fun with more people, man. I can't, I have fun with James. It's a lot of fun with you.
Yeah. It's fun having an extra person.
Yeah, I get that. The tiebreaker vote on some of them.
That's right. And man, you bring some fantasy football knowledge. I was like, when did you become an analyst?
Get those alerts all the time. Sleeper nonstop, just blowing up my phone.
Yeah, I'm sure our wives are very happy right now. So.
I think mine's probably hungry. So, all right, guys.
Closing out. Good luck this week. Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
See y'all.